What's going on YouTube? This is Mason AJ with the Aficionados, and I'm here to talk to you about the Killing Joke movie. I'm literally just leaving the theater. I just got done seeing it. It was a lot of things I gotta say about it. But first, before I even get all into that, I want to first thank Galactic Quest Comics. Today, I planned my whole day around going to see the movie, and I ended up having some car trouble. And I was like, oh no, I can't go see the movie now. And the owner of Galactic Quest, he heard my pleas, and he offered to give me a ride, and we actually went to go see the theater together, and we actually hung out with the directors, or both directors of MomoCon, so it ended up being like a whole nerd jamboree, and we were all in there, we were all talking about it, we were all very excited. So I just want to say thank you very much, because without them, I could not be sitting here to tell you about the movie how it is now. So with that out the way, let's move on to like the actual movie itself. And I'm gonna try to limit the talk about the very controversial sex scene, because we already did a video about that. You guys will probably pretty much find that here. I will tell you how it frames into the narrative of the story. So off the bat, if I had to rate a score for this movie, I would give it a 7.8 out of 10. And for me personally, it slides into third, just under Flashpoint Paradox and The Red Hood. And I'm judging it not only as a comic book lover, but also as a movie. When it comes to the animation, the way the scenes were set up, the story, how everything came together as a product, or production value for a film. It's really good, but there's just some things that kind of like leave it short of greatness, and I'll get into that in a minute. First, let me go ahead and start off with the good. Mark Hamill took the show and ran with it, jumped into a plane, took that plane to an airport, took it to a space station, took that space station, took a rocket and shot it into space. Mark Hamill blew this entire movie out the water, as we already knew he would, you know. And there was like a whole like 15-minute or like more like 10 minutes section where Mark Hamill was explaining how he even got the role to be the Joker, how he was comparing himself to all the other different Jokers which have come along with the years, and it was very enlightening to see his take on it. And also, once again, his performance was just so spot on. Mind you, the entire cast of Batman, and not the entire cast, but most of the cast and crew, when it comes to production as well as the voice talent, were from Batman animated series, and the movie does feel like it belongs. Like if this was like the long lost episode that never got aired Batman animated series, it would completely work out. It fits like hand in hand with that. The music was on point, the story was on point, the jokes were on point. Joker was so funny. Like I found myself like laughing and horrified, because the things that like I'm enjoying with his laughter is terrible, but like he's saying it in such a funny way, and like I found myself laughing, and it was just like, it was so good. The only downside when it came to Mark Hamill's performance was when he was playing normal Joker in the past before he had this transformation. And sometimes it felt like someone told Mark Hamill to, instead of changing your voice, just be Joker. But when Joker's at a 10, just dial it back down to a 1. So he sounded the same, but he sounded like, I'm just normal Joker, and you kept expecting it to have to be overperformed or be, you know, for the level of performance to jump up, but it didn't. So it just kind of him left like, But then also, to be honest with you, the scenes of Joker's past were very much not really featured as much as they were in the book, because they had to expand certain things. So when they came, they were kind of like few and far in between. So it never really felt like it was throwing the whole movie off. But that was the only part where I felt like Mark Hamill like wasn't 100% on point. Tara Strong did a pretty good Batgirl. I'm not gonna front. It wasn't her best performance to me, but you know, it was good. I wouldn't say it's bad. And also, you know, the voice of Batman was still just perfect. You know, I had to say he and Mark Hamill once again going back to back, and it felt like a dance between two old partners, and like they never missed a beat. The only one who I just didn't like really when it comes to just pure voice acting was Ray Wise. I felt that he sounded like, he made Commissioner Gordon sound like a tired old man even before any of the horrible stuff happens to him. You know, where I always feel like Commissioner Gordon was like an old man, but he was an old man who would still put that ass beat on you if it came down to it. I felt like this old man should have been serving tea and crackers with Alfred, or being in a retirement home. Like he didn't deserve to be on the job now. I'm just basing that off the voice acting, and I'm looking like, damn man, like come on Jim, you know, come on Jim, come on, give me some of that fire with you. And it wasn't there. Mind you, it kind of just feels just a little bit underperformed compared to the very much the voice acting from voice actor who played Commissioner Gordon in the TV show, and have everybody else there from the anime series, and then to be missing that key component, it did feel a little bit lacking. But once again, that's just my opinion. The first half of the movie, which is pretty minutes, the first 30 minutes of the movie is really more of a story on its own featuring Batgirl. And it was really, really good. Like, it was actually really good. It was so good, I wish it actually existed by itself. The transition between that story and then The Killing Joke felt so loose, and it made it feel tacked on, but it was worth it. Like, it was so, like, worth it. And mind you, here's my only problem with the first half of the movie, which, for the first part of the movie. The sex scene in question, and now seeing it in the entirety of the film, feels so unnecessary. Like, literally, if you were to take the sex scene out, but then leave everything else in, the storyline that they're setting up with that character still completely work. You see her trials and tribulations with being Batman's partner / sidekick. You see her trials and tribulations of trying to be her own crime fighter. You see, like, the way crime is affecting her and how she went from being like, I'm perky Batgirl, to like, I'm now Oracle. Like, you kind of see it setting up even before, you know, the second half of the movie, and everything was working on perfectly. And it was hilarious because even in the theater, when the sex scene happened, the audience was looking like, whoa, like, and it's like, because I knew it was coming, just to hear the audience react to it was pure gold. And that was just my movie going experience. The second half of the movie, which is the entirety of The Killing Joke itself, was very well done. The comic book itself is very short. And the movie feels like it, because it's so short, and they did do things to extend it out. They added some things here, and those were all very much needed in the story. It still feels like it needs more meat. You know, and that's the only way I can say it, because it happens and you're there, and then you can recognize the filler of it, and then it's over and you're looking like, I kind of feel like there's more. And this is kind of one of the reasons why when it came to Red Hood and Flashpoint Paradoxes, but you know, those felt a lot more juicier, and by the time he got to the punchline, no pun intended, for those movies, they had like a lot more to deliver. Now, mind you, I need someone in the comments, because I'm just now leaving the theater. Just now, I need someone in the comments down below who has seen the movie and like has the comic book like on hand. A lot of the dialogue felt so hands-on because you knew what it was alluding to. Like, and I'm not gonna ruin it for you. Mind you, I know this is a spoiler film, but I feel like I couldn't do the jokes justice. But the Joker kept saying things that like clearly like we as the audience were getting, because we knew how the future was gonna frame up. Right? Or he kept doing things, or where you're like, you know, because you know how the story ends already, everything makes sense. But I felt like, was that in the original book? Like, I don't know. It didn't feel like he was speaking in this way. Once again, in context to the original book, but in the movie, it actually 100% works. And once again, Joker is too funny. I feel like a bad person for laughing at the Joker in this manner. I really do. But off the bat, I want to say, now this is going to spoiler. There is a musical, and I saw it coming. Like, I didn't know about it before the movie, but I was starting to see elements of it pop up here and there, of the Joker getting his own musical number. And I was like, no, Joker, you better not start singing. No, guys, stay in your corner. Do not give him an audience to sing. And then he started singing, and before I knew it, I was singing right along with him. Okay, so it was like, no, I'm not going to sing. And then Joker started singing, and I'm like, no. And then I'm sitting there like jamming and like, yo, oh man, Joker, I'm about to get this down. I was clapping and everything, and it was like, damn it, Mark Hamill, you got me again. You got me singing and being joyful and everything. But when it comes to the movie, it does justice to the comic book. And they do add some stuff, and everything that they do add outside the sex scene does feel warranted. Please do not let the controversy of it ruin your movie-going experience. They say it was still a very well done film. I just feel like it wasn't worth going to see in theaters. Like, if I saw this in the comfort of my own home with a group of friends on the Blu-ray, I felt, that I downloaded digitally, legally, okay, I felt like it wasn't worth the time and effort, money to get up and go to the theaters and then go check it out. And then I'm like, that was the only takeaway I have from it. Other than that, you know what else? Comment down below. Let me know how you feel about the Killing Joke comic book, how you feel about the movie, how you feel about this review. Do you guys just hate me? Do you guys love me? Did you guys hate the film, love the film? I'm gonna go ahead and open the door up for this one while saying is, how did you feel about the sex scene? Was it too much? Did it need to be there? Do you feel fully flows within the continuity of the story? A lot of people are saying Bruce Timm for once again inserting his headcanon into something that they love, and I kind of have to agree with them because it does feel a little bit forced, but you know, that's neither here nor there. I'm Mason AJ with the Aficionados, and I just got done seeing The Killing Joke.